Welcome to the Red Tail Talk Show. I'm your host, Drew Holtgrieve, and always with me here, Dan Szewczak. How you doing today, Dan?
I am doing good, Drew. It has just been fantastic weather. It's finally starting to look like spring, going into summer. I mean, I can't believe we actually had snow like 2 weeks ago. That's unbelievable in my mind looking at it now. It's just bright blue skies, not a cloud in sight. Fantastic. So, that's helping my mood. But how are you doing, Drew?
That's good. I'm glad you guys are getting some good weather because I hope to be heading up there soon. And maybe things start to kind of go back to normal. But we've been doing good over here. Nice weather. We've got a little bit of your rain lately. But, no, we're doing well. And things are looking up with the final episode of the Red Tail Talk Show. Right. So how fitting is that? Things are looking up as we say goodbye to season one. It's the season finale, folks, here at the Red Tail Talk Show.
Yeah, that's right. Drew and I were going to go on a little hiatus after this episode, but we will be back in the fall. Hopefully sports are back by then. We're always keeping our fingers crossed, hoping everything does go back to normal. But we are going to take a little bit of a break, but we'll get a little bit more into that in the outro, Drew. Today, we have Christian Deaconson from men's soccer on the show, Drew. We listened to the fans. They wanted him on, and we have him on the show.
Yes, we listened to the fans. As we said, last week, we hear you guys. We also, in addition to Christian, we listen to the fans as well. We got a special guest appearance here, Dan.
Oh no, another special guest. Hey.
Yeah, Ginger making another special guest appearance. Fans wanted Ginger. I think specifically Ed Owens said he wanted Ginger. So
that's the only reason he watched the show is for Ginger.
Yes.
Ginger's the real star.
Yeah,
like we know. It's just the hard reality. Everybody loves Ginger. They don't care about us.
So. Yes. So Ginger says hi to the camera. Ginger also says bye to the fans because when season 2 begins, I will be in Hartford, so there will be no more Ginger for season 2, sadly. So
hey, you don't know that. Ginger could make a special guest appearance. She'll find a way to come to Hartford.
I mean, if she finds a way. She hasn't yet in my 3 years of living there, so I don't know if that's possible. Maybe if she learns to fly. But, yes, Ginger, who is now upset and wants to be let down, is saying goodbye. Farewell. This will be the last time you ever see Ginger. So, bye, guys. Ginger says
thank
bye.
You.
I know, sad.
I know, it's very sad, very sad. But thank you, Ginger, for coming on the show.
Yes.
And that's a nice little segue from one special guest into the other. Let's get into our interview with Christian Deaconson.
And now we'd like to welcome in Christian Deaconson, senior midfielder for men's soccer from Bloomington, Minnesota. And how are you doing today, Christian?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing pretty good.
You coming from Minnesota right now?
Yes, I am. I'm coming from the great state of Minnesota.
So what have you been? What are you up to? What have you been doing today?
Today I woke up, made myself some breakfast, got a light jog in, and then cleaned up, came down, and came to the show.
What was for breakfast?
I made myself an egg sandwich with avocado and tomato.
Ooh, avocado. Okay.
That sounds really good. Better than my breakfast. I just had toast. Very, very simple, very easy breakfast for me.
So yeah, with quarantine, here in Quarantine Corner, what have you been doing outside of homework, obviously, to keep yourself busy?
Outside of homework, it's been pretty boring. I've picked up reading because I just figured what else is there to do. There's no sports on. I've been watching an MJ documentary, been running or walking around one of our 10,000 lakes here in Minnesota and lifting weights, but just nothing special. Just, yeah.
Anything in particular you've been reading that you would recommend to our listeners?
I actually just started reading this book. It's called Sales EQ by Jeb Blunt. So I'm just kind of reading that to kind of help me transition to my career going forward. So
yeah. So what's your favorite meal been since you've been home? Like, do you cook or just like what's your favorite meal to eat maybe?
So my favorite meal, I've cooked. I don't really cook too much, but I've just been cooking like chicken breast and I've been making like asparagus or salmon
So, I mean, I know you did say like sports are starting to come back. I mean, I was watching the Bundesliga and their return over the past weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're able to catch some of those games, and the Premier League coming back in June. So, have you been able to catch any of that or any of the other sports that have been starting to come back, like golf or NASCAR? I don't know if you're a big NASCAR guy, but that's coming back.
Yeah, I saw NASCAR come back, but I'm a Bayern Munich fan, so I watched their game the other day, and so it was nice to see it back. Weird to see it in an empty stadium, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of makes it more real because, you can hear all the sounds and all the players yelling.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of takes it, when you watch it on TV with a bunch of people there, it makes it more real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I felt watching it. It's weird in an empty stadium, but
Yeah, it is.
It is different to hear everybody, and you can hear literally everything that they're saying on the field, which
Yeah.
I think adds to the experience.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
A big win though too, right? They won 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0, yeah.
There you go, off to a good start, off of
A
quarantine.
great start, yeah.
So you mentioned that you've been exercising, running, walking, and lifting weights. What's your exercise setup like? Do you got some weights or anything?
Yeah, in the other room I have a couple of dumbbells that I've just been doing some workouts on. Since we're at home, I was like, because I don't know, I just didn't really know what to do, so I started going on YouTube and looking up like HIIT workouts and stuff. So I was like, just had my laptop and I was just kind of like doing it along with them. So.
See, I've been paying attention to the Hartford Strength Instagram with Coach Kratzer.
Yeah, I've been watching some of those too. Yeah.
That's where I'm getting my exercises from. I only got like 10-pound dumbbells, the highest I got.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to do the best with that.
Yeah. So you're a very involved member for SAAC at the University of Hartford. So for fans that might not know, kind of what is SAAC and what do you guys do?
So SAAC stands for the Student Athlete Athletic Advisory Committee. So Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And so basically what we do is we are kind of like a bridge between the athletes and administration and all of that. And we just kind of, we have initiatives that we get student athletes involved. So similar to like student governments on regular campuses, like for regular students, we're kind of like that, but for the athletic department. So like we have we kind of run very closely and parallel with the America East SAAC. So they'll give us, we have initiatives like Spread Respect. So we'll have Spread Respect games. I'm pretty sure you guys seen them, but like basketball games and soccer games, and where we kind of, we make it kind of like a fun, educational experience for people that may not know about certain issues. And we have, I think Lydia Farmer, she's also a co-vice president. She kind of was the head of this initiative this past spring and fall, where on the back of the student ID cards, she put like numbers for PS and, National Suicide Society, I think. And she just put all these helpful numbers on the back of the student ID card and like a blank space. So just like little things like that, and just kind of getting everybody involved in everything.
Helping to enrich the experience for our student athletes, and you guys help out a lot at those games too. We try to make it fun, and we'll be doing that again next year. But what have you guys been able to do anything with quarantine in terms of like has SAAC been meeting or? Yeah,
so what we've done is every week on Tuesday, we'll meet with, Molly and all the e-boards, SAAC e-boards, and with Coach Don and Denise. And so we like meet every week. We discuss what we want to do throughout the week. We ran that, that week challenge of the quarantine cup, the hockey cup during quarantine. Our goal over this whole entire quarantine experience was to try to make everybody still feel like they were involved and like they weren't so alone through this whole experience. So that's what we've been doing. I know towards the end we were getting the younger class, like the rising seniors, rising juniors, seniors, we're getting them more involved because they'll be the heads this next fall. And we've been talking more with, we had a good talk with SGA, and we're going to try to make a bridge with SGA and the athletic program. So it's not so much athletes and students, it's, a campus as a whole. So we try to run things together. And
That's fantastic. And we want to talk a little bit about soccer too here. You played 45 games over your career. I don't know if you knew that or if you were keeping track.
No, I didn't.
Made 21 starts, 2 career goals. Do you remember each of those?
Yeah, I do remember. It was freshman and sophomore year, both against CCSU. Yeah, I remember both of them. They were
got CCSU's number. But yeah, you contributed as a midfielder, contributed to 21 shutouts. I'm sure working alongside with Jimmy Slayton and net was a lot of fun over your career, as well as some of the other guys. You were also America East Commissioner's Honor Roll this year in 2019, as well as America East Honor Roll in 2016 and 18. So getting it done in the classroom too.
Yeah, doing my best.
So what's your major then? What's the career you're looking to pursue?
So I'm a health science major. My whole plan was to, go pre-med, but then I was always going back and forth. So I decided it fit my personality more to go into like medical sales because I'm more of a social person and, I kind of wanted to get out there into the workforce. And so I got a minor in marketing. So I'm looking this summer and talking with various people and just kind of making connections to go start my career in the medical device sales field. So like medical sales and selling, medical equipment and things that people need to help surgery or make surgeries easier for patients and recoveries easier as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So talking about the season a little bit, you guys had a very successful season this past fall. What was your favorite moment of the season?
We went on an 11-game winning streak. So that time, of course, was very, very fun. I think the whole season was just fun. I think that the team really pulled together and it was a special group. And so I enjoyed basically like every minute of it. But I think if I had to pick a favorite moment, it would probably be that Vermont game where we went up there in the semifinals. It was like 15 degrees or 12 degrees and windy. So that part wasn't fun because everyone's like cleats were numb, but they had these like jet warmers on the benches, and they were like so hot that like we would take turns by who sits next to them because it'd get so hot sitting next to them. So we just had like a rotation, and when we were subbing, Coach Porch would be like, "Hey, go warm up," but like we just stand by these jets that like blew up fire, and so like that like warmed up our muscles like it, and then the winning goal in overtime. After they beat us at home 3-0 on October weekend, homecoming weekend, they ended our streak, and then we were fortunate enough to go back up there and win a hard-fought game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was definitely a great game to watch. I remember we were all back at Hartford getting ready for a basketball game, and as soon as Nyreek scored that goal, we just went crazy. So that was definitely a great game to watch. When we had Jimmy on, he said his gloves almost caught on fire. So were there any sort of like issues that you guys had, maybe standing next to those heaters, maybe a little too close for comfort?
Yeah. So when I first saw it, or like when we all saw it, we were all like, "Whoa, what's that?" And like it was like fire blowing out. So like one time I was just standing like during warm-ups, I went stood next to it, and our sweatpants have this zipper like at the ankle where you can zip down, and then the ankle keeps the ankle tight. So I remember the zipper got so hot, the metal part just like singed my skin a little bit. Like so I was just sitting there and I was like, what is that? But the heaters were very hot. Much better or much warmer than when we went to New Hampshire. It wasn't as cold New Hampshire the next game, but it was the heaters at Vermont were definitely a lot warmer, and kept the bench very warm.
So yeah, there was the Vermont game this past season. Were there any other big games that you had across your career that really got to you? I know as a freshman, you got to go down to College Park and play the Maryland Terrapins, who they might have been the #1 ranked team in the country at the time. So were there just any other games that stood out to you that you're going to remember going forward?
I would say, so my sophomore year, we played against St. Francis Brooklyn, I think. and we drove down the same day. And we had this bus driver who kept making I think she got lost or something. So we were driving to the game, and she kept on taking all these like wrong turns, and everyone's like, where's she going? I was sitting in the bus like, this is cool. Like, we went through Chinatown, the Bronx, what is it? Harlem. We went through Little Italy. We went through all these places, and like game times in like an hour and a half or like an hour, and we're going, and I got to see World Trade Center 1, and like, I'm from Minnesota, so I've never seen all these places before. So I was like taking pictures like, whoa, this is cool. And then we got to and then the Brooklyn Bridge, we saw that. And then we got to the game 20 minutes ahead of time. So they pushed the game back 20 minutes, and we were playing on the Brooklyn Pier. So we were like on the pier, and we literally right across I don't even know it's called. It's not, I don't know, a river or like whatever
Body
that.
of water.
Yeah, the body of water. What river is that?
I'm not sure either. Honestly, I'm
the
not.
Hudson River, right? No.
Might be the East River, maybe.
Not sure.
Dan, you're the closest one out of us three. You should know this.
Sorry, I don't know all the rivers in New York City, man.
Yeah, but it's just across let me go check. This is bugging me right now.
Yeah, we have got to get to the bottom of this. We need to know what river that is.
Exactly. It was across the.
No, it's not the Hudson. That's really the only main river out there that I know.
It is the East River.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah! Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the East River. So we're playing like right there, and literally right across, and it was like, getting dark. We could see like the New York skyline, the World Trade Center, all these huge buildings, and then the Statue of Liberty was just right there. And like we were on the water, so it was just like super cool because you're playing, and then you like look up, and it's like New York City's right there.
Yeah.
So that game I'll for sure always remember, and it was nice because we got the win as well. So that's always a huge bonus.
So I gotta ask. So on previous episodes and social media posts, I know we talked about this for a brief moment. Everybody was asking for you to come on the show. Did you play a role in that? Did you know anything about this? Or
I did not. I actually slept in that morning, and then when I looked at my phone, I was like, I saw these Instagram notifications, and I was like, I didn't post anything, or I was like, maybe. So I looked, and then I just see, get that man Christian on the show, like get him on the show, get this, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is this?
Like, I don't want to be on there. You're putting me on the spot.
I was like, I texted them and go, like, yo, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, get on the show. And I was like, why? So no, I didn't play any part in it. I was like, I was trying to stay out of it. I was like, what are you guys doing? And
so Chris had nothing to do with this, but
I played no part in it.
Oh, no, that was great. That I just know me and Drew were looking at like, all right, I guess we got to have Christian on now. We got to listen to fans, give them what they want.
Yeah, we love the feedback. So when people said you got to have Christian on, we're like, well, you can't not have Christian on at this point. Maybe they think that you have a good opportunity to stump the Szewczak here.
Maybe that's it, but I just saw the post with Debbie, and I saw the comments, and it was like 2 or 3, so I didn't say anything, so I didn't want to like encourage them to keep going. And then I like just steadily, I was making breakfast, just more people were commenting. It's like, why? What are you guys doing?
The men's soccer team has gone crazy. But Christian, you're going to get a chance to stump the Szewczak here. We got 2 categories you can pick from. So which one do you think you're better at here? Disney movies or countries? It's however many you can name in 20 seconds. So
Disney movies or countries?
Yeah. And with Disney movies, we're counting like the Marvel and Star Wars. Because technically they are Disney now. Technically.
Well, Dan, you just gave him movies. Come on.
Okay. I didn't know. That's a good. Thank you for mentioning that.
Well, we would have had to tell him anyway, Drew. If you
I would have never known. I would have never known Marvel. Okay. In that case, I guess I'll go countries.
Countries.
Okay. All right.
I feel like you've gotten a lot of countries. I feel like that's a.
Yeah, I mean, so Dan did this previously, so that's you're trying to stump the Szewczak here. Dan got 27 countries,
Oh my gosh.
3 seconds.
Right. And we will play the clip now, so you can verify that I did actually get 27.
Yes, so we're gonna play this clip here that we did previously of Dan going for 27 countries in 20 seconds. It actually happened. Recording of Dan going for countries in case this gets picked, because I don't know, this guy's really good at the game categories, and
we did a test. We did a test.
3,
run, so.
2, 1, go.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, England, Ireland, Scotland, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Vietnam, North Korea, South Korea, China, Russia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, San Marino, it's a small country, Lithuania, Latvia.
Jeez, Dan.
Did I get exactly 27 again?
No, you got 29.
I knew I'd do better. I even took a second to explain what San Marino was. It's a small city-state country in Italy.
I don't know how you talk that fast.
Random fact.
Either way you look at it, you know, for the fans who are watching this, because we're going to have to put this in the show now, because I don't believe it. I mean, you got 29 there, but that was your second try at it, because the first try we didn't record because I didn't think that I would need proof of you doing this.
And
but
I said different countries.
Even if we set your first score, you got 27. Like, still, 27 countries named in 20 seconds, Dan. Like, the most I could get would be 20, just because, like, I can't talk that fast, and I don't get it. I'm mind blown, and oh my God, like, that's very impressive, Dan. Very impressive. Good for you, man. Let's hope she doesn't pick countries. I mean, if you're watching this, America,
obviously she picked countries.
One of our guests has chosen countries, in which case, God rest their soul, because Dan got 27. So 27 is going to be the number to beat.
29, Drew. You forgot 29.
No, because
we're not counting the second attempt.
An unfair second turn. We're only recording this now because I didn't record the first one, not thinking I would need to. But now I feel like we need proof. So we just proved to America that you can get 29 in 20 seconds. But your first score was 27. So either way, unbelievable number. So whoever picked this category, good luck. The number to beat is 27 countries in 20 seconds. That's the one category where Dan did so well that I was like, we can't like just say that he did 27. Like, there has to be proof. Because the other categories have been fine. So, yeah, Dan got 27 countries in 20 seconds. But I feel like you could name a lot. And technically, you're going against our former athletes, or not former athletes, former guest athletes. And Rob Carmody from baseball is the leader with 23. And then you got your buddy Jimmy Slayton in second with 20. So, still a possibility, even if you don't stump the Szewczak, to get first place here.
Exactly.
So, it's going to be many countries you can name in 20 seconds. I'm going to get my timer ready here. Yeah, get stretching. Dan, you ready to count?
I will count. Yep, I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm going to pull up the timer here. And in 3, 2, 1.
USA, Mexico, Canada, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Austria, Ireland, Spain, Belgium, Germany, Israel, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Russia.
Time.
What was that? Like,
you get Russia in there, Dan?
He got Russia. He got Russia before the timer went off, so that is an even 20. Score of 20.
Jimmy Slayton of men's soccer.
Wow, you got 27.
Yeah,
I don't know how I did it myself.
I
20. 20 though, I think that is the best, just, changed score. People had more than 20 due to the Stump the Szewczak, but I think 20 is the highest actual score we have had.
Yeah. 20 in 20 seconds. I mean, I don't think I can get more than that. I don't know how, Dan, you're doing them in under 1 second for each content.
I just talk fast, I guess. I know useless stuff, and I talk fast.
But you're going to go up on the leaderboard. I don't know. We might have to have a tiebreaker now. We might have to bring Jimmy on a later episode and settle this, because we got from men's soccer in second place, we got Jimmy and Christian tied at 20.
All right, yeah, I'll be down.
It's a good performance there.
Thank you.
So we'd like to thank you again, Christian, for coming on the show. Just congratulations on graduating, by the way. Hopefully all your finals and stuff went well. Congratulations. We're both very sorry that you didn't really get the graduation that you should have had. But just congrats on a great career, and just best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on the show.
And we'd like to once again thank Christian Deaconson from Hartford Men's Soccer for joining the show and being our final guest. What a way to end season 1 of the Red Tail Talk Show, Dan. Fun time. Came close to stumping the Szewczak. You also, though, made it pretty tough to stump the Szewczak this time.
Yeah, if I didn't get that score that I got, which I'm still amazed that I was able to get 27. I mean, side note, people, I did get 29, but Drew didn't want to count that take. So we took my original take. But, a great interview. I could see why our fans wanted him on. Christian was a great guy to talk to, a great interview. And again, we just wish him all the best of luck, as well as all of the other seniors that we did interview on this show. We may see some of them back in the spring. Some of them were spring athletes as seniors, so they were granted extra eligibility. So, but yeah, great interview from Christian, and just what a way to end the talk show. Drew, what was your favorite moment from season 1? Did you have one?
My favorite moment, I mean, you can't pass up Ginger, but I mean, just off the top of my head, I'd say the baseball interview with Pagan and Carmody, just watching those two almost kind of go at each other on camera was kind of a favorite part of mine, just to watch that. I thought that was fantastic. What about you? What was your favorite part?
I mean, just starting the whole podcast off, you and I were talking about this, to bring this idea to the fans of Hartford Athletics, and, just being able to start it and providing a new platform for everybody. It was great to do the season 1. We think it went really well. We're definitely going to improve for you guys going into the future, but, just being able to start this, it's been a blast to produce this show, future. Looking forward to where we can go with this in the future.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. So we're glad that we were able to do this and bring this to you guys. But I think, while video has been great, I think all of us can hope that maybe we're back to audio in the fall, because that will mean we have sports going on.
Exactly.
We'll be bringing you the updated scores and stuff like that. So, but yes, a lot of uncertainty going forward, but regardless, we will see you in the fall for season 2 of the Red Tail Talk Show. Dan, do you have any final comments of season 1 here?
Season 1, just appreciate everybody for tuning in. We really do appreciate it, whether you're watching us on YouTube when we did transition, or if you stayed with us on our podcasting platform apps and listened to the audio version only. We won't be gone for very long. We will be back in the fall, hopefully when sports are back in action. And just as always, signing off, at least for me and Drew, as always, go Hawks.
But Dan,
go
I got
Hawks.
something real quick.
But you got something
Hawks.
For us.
But
you got something.
Finish season 1. I feel like we should finish the way we kind of start our episodes here.
That's right.
With a trick shot, Dan. So here you go, guys. Live look. This is happening live here. Trick shot. I'm going to go right for this cup, right down here. All right, let's go Blues as well. And right here. Ready? 3, 2, 1.